Rose had the belt, just so we're clear, okay? Rose had the belt because she fought a fucking undefeated or whatever, not like who had won, whatever, Wei Li was, who had won 20 straight fights, who looked like Dolph Lundgren, except the Chinese version, looked essentially completely unbeatable. And she went in there and she decapitated her with a head kick, okay? Knocked her completely unconscious, completely decisive victory, okay? You were the champion, she knocked you the fuck out. Now she's the champion, okay? That's how that goes. She kicked you in the face, you're fucking done. You're no longer the champion, she's the champion. But we'll give you a rematch. You can have another run at her. And then a 5-round decisive decision where Rose beat her again. She's the champion. Okay, that's what I'm saying. She took the fucking belt from her. And you're going to take it from her because someone went in there and they controlled the octagon more than her? If they both did nothing, the belt stays where it is. It's fucking obvious. And now that I'm saying it out loud, it's actually pissing me off because it's so fucking obvious. All right, Jesse on Fire, welcome back to the channel. So I just got back from 274. Incredible event, incredible weekend. And the first topic that I'm going to take on is this Rose and Carla Esparza fight, because I hear the narrative getting written here and it's wrong. Like, people are saying the wrong thing. And I'm going to say what my opinion on this fight is. And I don't think that there's going to be a very coherent argument in the opposite direction once I lay it out. But you guys are welcome to try. You always do in the comments. But anyway, before I do though, if you like the content, subscribe and ring the bell. Now, while you're thinking about whether or not to subscribe, let me just tell you this. So in fairness, I should just fully disclose that Rose is my favorite female fighter ever, like without any close competition. I love Rose. I love Pat by extension. And I spoke to them this weekend, both Pat and Rose, which was fucking crazy, by the way. Like, you know, no offense to like any of the other people that I, you know, kind of like, you know, built relationships with, but like talking to Rose is fucking crazy. Like, I was like, holy shit. Like, starstruck's the wrong word, but like, it was nuts. Like, she's awesome. She's just a good person. So when I say like, I might be a little bit biased, in fairness, I might be a little bit biased. I am a huge Rose fan. I'm a huge Pat fan. I like them a lot. Now I know them personally. I really like them. But nonetheless, bias or not, my opinion stands and I'm right. And I'll tell you exactly what that is. So here's the deal, okay? Everyone is evaluating that. Okay, so like, look, I'm not going to sit here and tell you it was a great fight. Like, I'm not going to be like, oh gosh, you guys, come on. It's an amazing fight. That's not my point. We're talking about what the fight was and then what the outcome was. That's what we're going to talk about, because it's wrong. It's just incorrect. Like, because I like everybody that I see talking about this fight, they're going into the details and they're like, well, there wasn't really much to judge on. You know, Carla was more aggressive, you know, and so you know, like, I guess, and then like, oh, in this round, I think Carla landed like one more strike, you know. And and you know, in this one, there's blah, 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 whatever. And it's like, I hear people saying like Carla clearly won the belt. Also, before I get into this, because I am going to say that it's the wrong decision, I want to say this. At the hotel, okay, we were in the lobby, like the bar had just closed. I don't know what, first of all, I don't know what on earth the Hyatt Regency was doing. You have the entire UFC organization staying there. All of the fighters, all of the staff, all of the teams, everyone who's there, like all the families are all at the Hyatt Regency, and they last called the bar at 11. Would you just hate money? Like, you just don't like money? That place would have been jumping until like it's hard to even fathom how much money they left on the table. So dumb. Anyway, but yeah, so we were out there right after last call, and Carla was there, like with her entire like, when I say her family, I'm talking like a very large extended group, 25 to 30 people, all there with like Carla shirts on. She's tiny, dude. You know, like you see them fighting in the octagon and you don't really like kind of put together that like, these are tiny little girls, dude. Like, they're tough. You know, they're little savages. So you see them on TV, you think like, damn, like whatever. You see them in person, it's like, oh, Carla Esparza is 5'1". You know, like she's as close to me as, you know, like she's 5 feet away from me. She's 5'1", 115 pounds. She's tiny. She's like a tiny, tiny, tiny little person who's wearing this huge UFC belt, and she's so fucking happy, dude. Like, she's so happy. Her entire family is so happy. There's 35 people there. They're all taking turns taking pictures with her. Like, my buddies and I were talking, like I said, I was obviously rooting for Rose, but, a couple of my buddies that were there with me, we were just like, okay, like, this is pretty fucking cool though, dude. Like, this is like one of those, like, it's rare when you actually get to like witness an inflection point in a person's life like that, where there's the before and there's the after. And, she won the original strawweight belt, but it was like, that was back when they first made it. You didn't even know if there was going to keep on, like, you didn't even know if there was any stability behind the strawweight female division. You had no idea. Like, now it's a 100% legit belt to win, and she just won it, And it was cool. That was cool. But nonetheless, that's my prerequisite to telling you guys that she shouldn't have had it. Like, she shouldn't have had that moment. And it's as simple as this, okay? Don't tell me about kicks, punches, and octagon aggression if neither fighter is able to do anything, okay? Because you're framing the fight wrong, okay? You're framing the fight wrong. If it's a regular fight, if it's just two challengers, same fight, yeah, split decision, goes to Carla, whatever. It's kind of like, okay, well, Rose, you didn't give him much to go on, right? Like, you didn't give him much to go on. But that's not what kind of fight it was. It's a championship fight. It's different, okay? There's way more on the line. The world title is on the line. And not only does the world title come with being the recognized world champion of, the number one fighter in the world in your division, but it also comes with an enormous pay raise, okay? Like, a lot, as we'll talk about on this channel, and people are talking about already on other channels about Charles Oliveira's, pay differential when he's the champion versus not the champion. It comes with an enormous amount of money. There's a lot on the line, okay? But let's just stick to the part of you're the number one fighter in your weight class in the world, okay? It's not a regular fight. It's not just the judges, hey, who won? One of you is trying to take something from the other one, okay? Like, it's not like a regular, someone has something. The other person wants that thing, okay? This person already has it. It's their job to protect it at that point, okay? And I know that there might be people who are going to disagree with this. I don't care. You're wrong, okay? Like, the other person has to go take it from them. The way I look at it, dude. It's plain and simple. Like, and I'm not saying every time, like, I'm actually not even on the train of if there's a close fight, and it's a little bit more towards the challenger, you still give it to the champion. That's not what I'm saying at all. That's not what I'm saying even a little bit. If a challenger beats the champion, it's like 3 rounds to 2, they get it. But if both fighters are rendered totally inefficient, where neither of them hurts them, like nothing happened. Like, Carla Esparza did 0 damage to Rose. 0. Nothing. Had like one round where she had a couple attempted takedowns that Rose had some kind of nifty escapes from. The other rounds, she did nothing. Okay? Nothing. Oh, well, she's more aggressive. Who gives a fuck? What the fuck does that have to do with anything? Like, you're gonna take the belt from the current champion and give it to the other girl when she was unable to do anything? She couldn't do anything. She did nothing. Like, she couldn't do fucking anything. Nothing. She did nothing. Like, nothing. She did nothing. Okay? So like I was saying, like, if it's a regular fight and you're judging it like, well, she controlled the octagon more. Like, she was in the center of the octagon pushing the pace. Okay? All right. But again, that's not what kind of fight this is. This is a championship fight. You have to go fucking take it. And if you're rendered completely inefficient, you don't get to win the title. Even if the champion wasn't very efficient either. Even if you're both totally inefficient, the champion remains the champion. Period. Fucking period, dude. Now, so I'm not saying it's a good fight. I'm not saying that at all. I'm in a second going to tell you why the fight was the way that it was. But before we even get into that, if both are totally ineffectual, period, done. You don't get the fucking belt, dude. You did nothing. You accomplished fucking nothing. Like, you tried to take her down and you failed. You threw punches and you fucking missed. You accomplished nothing. Why the fuck would you get to be the champion? Why would you take it from the rightful title defender who won it by fucking knocking Wei Li into another dimension? She kicked her in the... Like, dude. Rose had the belt, just so we're clear, okay? Rose had the belt because she fought a fucking undefeated... or whatever, not like who had won, whatever, Wei Li was, who had won 20 straight fucking fights, who looked like Dolph Lundgren, except the Chinese version, looked essentially completely unbeatable. And she went in there and she fucking decapitated her with a head kick, okay? Knocked her completely unconscious, completely decisive victory, okay? You were the champion, she knocked you the fuck out. Now she's the champion, okay? That's how that goes. She kicked you in the face. You're fucking done. You're no longer the champion. She's a champion. But we'll give you a rematch. You can have another run at her. And then a 5-round decisive decision where Rose beat her again. She's the champion. Okay, that's what I'm saying. She took the fucking belt from her. And you're going to take it from her because someone went in there and they controlled the octagon more than her? If they both did nothing, the belt stays where it is. It's fucking obvious. And now that I'm saying it out loud, it's actually pissing me off because it's so fucking obvious. It's dumb. It's fucking stupid. You're wrong. Like, if you're arguing against it, you're wrong. You're fucking wrong, dude. You're wrong. And I bet you when you came into this, you might have thought you were right. And now when I lay it out like that, she decapitated Wei Li, dude. That's how she got the belt. And you're going to give it to Carla Esparza because she controlled the center of the octagon? Get the fuck out of here, man. Get the fuck out of here with that. That's fucking wrong. That's not correct. That is not correct. Rose should still be champion. No one's saying we should carry her around on our shoulders and be like, wow, best fight of your fucking career. But in all honesty, let's get into that, dude. Let's get into that. Okay? So again, I'm not saying that like this was like a great fight. What I am saying is there's a reason the fight went the way that it did, okay? Carla Esparza is super fucking dangerous on the ground. And you could see that in the couple grappling exchanges where Rose had to escape. Like, as soon, when she got her arms around her, like, she's a killer on the ground. She's not very effective on her feet, but she's a murder machine on the ground. Okay? And you could see the way this was matching up. In the first round, you could see, okay, Rose is not committing to strikes like she normally does because the second she commits, like, she's throwing jabs like this, like this, so that she can quickly move away. Like, not in, like she's not boom, she's boom, boom. Because she wants to be able to move away. Because the second that she commits to something, she throws a 1-2, Carla slips it, or ducks, and she's overcommitted, and she's going to fucking double leg her, and she's going to take her down, and that's where Rose loses the fight. I mean, or where she's at a tremendous disadvantage. And also where she got beat before when she fought her. So she has to stay on the outside and not overcommit. Because it's not that hard to slip a punch, if what you're trying to do is dive in and go for a takedown, if a person is going to commit and try to land something heavy on you. So Rose, their game, I guarantee you, and I didn't hear the commentary. I still haven't seen the fight like on television, but I heard in the live chat from my live stream last night that Pat had apparently said to her, like, they're booing, that means it's working. And I'm telling you, what I said in the crowd to the people that I was with, I was like, I know what they're doing. They're showing Carla that they're more patient than her. Like, they can deal with the boos. Like, she's the one, she has the belt, right? She has the belt. You have to come take it, dude. You have to come take it. You have to come take the belt. That's why this is so fucking wrong. That's why this really pisses me off when I started thinking about it. Because her entire game plan is built around, you have to come take the belt from me. You don't just get it. You have to come take it. So she hangs around the outside, and Carla is getting, frustrated. She can't take her down. But so Rose is baiting her into having to try to close distance to strike with her, and that's when Rose is going to start piecing her up. Now, she didn't really piece her up, right? But like the whole point was if she commits forward, she's going to get taken down. So she stays on the outside, and she's playing the boos are actually working in our favor because they're going to make you get frustrated and they're going to make you move forward in a way that I'm going to be able to light you up instead of you waiting for me to move forward so you can counter. They're both just waiting to counter each other. Carla counter with a takedown. Rose counter with a hard shot once Carla commits to a strike, so she knows she's not going to be able to, she's not going to get taken down if Rose throws something serious at her. Like, they're just both waiting for the other one to make a commitment, and they're not. It's fucking simple. It's a fucking simple fucking breakdown. And the entire reason that this is so aggravating is because Rose is right. She's fucking right. If Carla can't do anything, then it's her fucking belt. So it should have been on Carla to have to get more aggressive, to try to have to close distance to where Rose would have had more of an advantage and could have landed more shots. Whatever. They both were ineffective, but bottom line, Rose and them are right. Carla should not have the belt. She should not have been given the belt, period. Rose decapitated Wei Li to get the belt. Okay? Only one person can have it. Rose decapitated, like at the end of that fight, right? And you're like, okay, who should be champion? Like, I get it. You don't go back in time, but it's like, all right, well, so what did these two do to deserve the belt? It's like, well, both of them did basically nothing tonight, right? They did basically nothing tonight. All right, well, what did Rose do in the last fight? They're all, 5-round fucking banger with Wei Li. What about before that? Oh, she kicked her in the face and knocked her unconscious. And she's like, okay, hey, Carla, what'd you do? She's like, well, this is my first time fighting for the belt. And they're all, so you did nothing. So you did nothing then, right? So you're saying you did nothing. Well, I tried really hard, but you did nothing. Like, you actually did nothing. You were completely ineffective. You couldn't do anything, right? Correct? Well, when you put it that way, yeah, I guess I did nothing. Right. Okay, so how the fuck are you going to win this, right? Decapitated Wei Li did nothing. Decapitated Wei Li did fucking nothing. Anyway, that's what I got. I dare you to try to fucking argue that point, dude. Love you guys. Peace.